everybody, Susan from Blue Vinyl Stickers here. I got an email the other day from the Hungry JPEG, and they said they had a new free font bundle available. So I went over and shared it and downloaded it and installed it onto my computer. And that is what I'm going to use today. I'm going to show you a font that I really am going to use to create a couple things, but I thought you would like to see you can type it in and just use it as is, or you can fine-tune it a little bit. We're also going to use a couple of the extra characters that you can get to using the Business Edition or the Designer Edition. And this here is the Business Edition. So let's go ahead, and I want to use my son's name. So I'm going to type in his name, and I'm going to highlight it and come over here to the text style. Now that one is, you just click on the A over here on this bar, and your text style will panel will pop up. And so I'm going to type in the name and then hit enter, and it will change it. So we're going to make it bigger, and I'm going to zoom in for you guys so you can see it even better. This is, I'm going to put this off to the side here a little bit, and we'll be using it in a minute. And this, if I wanted to use it right now, it's acceptable, but not really. We do need to do a couple things to it to make it an actual nice cut file, and I'm going to show you what to do. Now, I like the M, and they don't give me any other characters for the M, so I am going to stay with that. If I wanted to take it and put it out here with it, I could edit points until the cows come home and make it what I want. But this is acceptable. It was meant to go with this, so that's what I'm going to use. So they have extra characters. So you click on the center one with the little scrolly on the end, and this particular font gives you some extra characters available. Gives you characters with the little things on the top, so you can write in a different language if you want, all that good stuff. So we're going to scroll down to this one. I know that's here, and I'm going to use the TT. So I'm going to double click and bring up my text box again, and I'm going to backspace and take out the TT, and I'm going to bring this TT over to here. Just click on it and it will put it right where it needs to be, or you can drag it over. So I like those TTs, and I want to do something different with this W. So I'm going to go ahead and backspace again. And I'm going to find the W that they have down here with the flourish off the end of it, which is right here. And I just click on it and it puts it in. So there's a couple of different things that I want to do with this font before I use it. Let's go ahead and get it back so you can see just a little bit more. Now, every place that this font overlaps, your machine is actually going to cut, and you'll end up with all these other little pieces that will actually come out, and it won't, even if they do stay in, you'll still see a cut line on the vinyl or whatever you're using, and it's just not a pretty look. So what the first thing I want to do is I want to, you see the little point here, and that's the way it is on all of them. I want to move it together so it's a little bit, doesn't have this little jagged edge coming out here. So I'm going to right mouse click on it, actually select it, and I've selected, let me just pull it out so you can see. I've selected it, right mouse click on it and say ungroup. And scroll back in so I can see it. And I'm going to take this A, highlight it, and just click over a couple until that line is nice and smooth, and then give it one more just because. There it goes. There we go. So I'm going to go over here to the TT is already connected, so I'm going to come over here to the H and scroll backwards, and that's a nice smooth line. The same with the E, and the same with the W. just using my arrow key to mush it over there. And so that's what it's going to look like all together. So I'll scroll in a little bit. And now I need to weld this. So I'm going to highlight it. I just selected Control A and that got everything. And I'm going to right mouse click and say Weld. And so now everything is nice and smooth. If it wasn't smooth where I had it, I could go ahead and undo and remove things again. This is the TT that they already had, so I want that's a little bit smoother. So I'm going to click on my Edit Points tool, and it brings up all the edit points. So scroll in a little bit so you can actually see what you're doing. Scroll in. Don't strain your eyes. Scroll in. And then scroll down to where that is. And as you can see, it's kind of jagged there. So I'm going to delete the point. I'm right mouse clicking and delete the point, and right mouse click and delete the point. And you see it's still a little bit jagged, so I'm going to click on it and pull out the handle and say make a curve. Okay, so it gives me two handles here, and that's a little bit smoother. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, but now it looks like it's got a curve to it. So highlight it again and click the edit tools, and again make it a little bit smoother there. And you can pull these points down or you can move them out anywhere you want them. And see how it looks like it's got a curve here. Again, this one I'm going to go ahead and make a curve, and I think that's going to work for me. I think that's going to look nice. Okay, so yeah, that looks a lot better than it did. So, and then here down at the bottom of the M, there's a little jagged spot. So a lot of fonts, like I said, they're not cut files. They are fonts to print. And you wouldn't see this on just a regular print. So edit points, click here, and we're going to delete one, and we're going to delete another one. And we're going to make this one a curve. And just by making it a curve, it takes out that jagged point. We're going to delete this one. Let's see, it makes it nice and smooth. And if you see some extra points that are like right on top of each other, you can delete those like this. You can just delete those extra points. They're not necessary, and they just make your machine slow down just a little bit. So I'm going to go back here, and now I'm going to come over here to the top here and see what I can do with this. And so I'm going to scroll in a little bit, and this is okay, but this is really, no, this might be okay. Let me see what it looks like up close. It's got a little jagged. It's not smooth. So I'm going to edit the points, and again, a delete, and I think I'm going to delete that one. Yeah, there we go. Made it nice and smooth. Okay. So now I'm going to highlight it all, right mouse click and group it, make it a color so you can see it, and there we go. I will actually go ahead and use that as a as something in a project that I'm using for my son. So that's how to use the extra fonts, and then go ahead and edit some points to make them even smoother and nicer. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.